Hi crafty friends, Shana from ShanoukiArt. Welcome to episode 12 of Art Journal August. I have two pockets in my mini art journal on the inside covers of the front and the back. Today I'm going to embellish and fill these pockets. The first thing to go in is the tag we created from the Masterboard from episode 1. Using some of the collage paper we created in episode 7 and some scraps and bits and bobs from around our desk, we're going to embellish our little pockets. I'm going to put about 3, 4 or 5 elements and I'm going to stack them to create a sort of embellishment cluster. For these pocket decorations, I don't really have anything in mind of how it's going to look. I sort of know the process I'm going to use to get to the final point, but I'm just going to find little bits that are interesting to me and I'm going to move them around and create an aesthetically pleasing collection of items to embellish my pocket. The colors of the tag and the last page are all cool tones of blues and greens. I want to add something a little different, so I'm going to add some purple. These are some color blocks from an old catalog. It's a catalog I don't need anymore and I'm going to use up the pages. And this fits perfectly for my embellishment stack. You'll find sometimes with these little mini layouts that you'll place things down and it'll look great straight away and you'll have your little embellishment cluster within a minute or two. Other times it can take really long and I struggle with that same thing. So don't worry if you can't always make it work or look exactly as you want from the beginning. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Just keep at it, move things around, change things around, and you'll soon find something that you like. Like here, I've added a brighter pink color, which I think breaks the monotone of the cool colors, and I'm loving that pop of color. I'm very happy with that placement of the elements, so I'm going to glue everything down. When I'm sticking paper on paper or thin paper on thin paper, I'm using a glue stick. For the chunkier or heavier cardstocks, I will use my Mod Podge or even a craft glue. This number strip is a sticker, but I have added some glue too, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. And I'm going to use my black fine liner pen just to go around it to add some definition. I am loving these black X's that I created with the acrylic paint in the collage paper making, and I think I'm going to be using them more in future too. I then have this piece of paper that I made ages ago as a collage background. It's got some orange acrylic paint circles on, and I'm going to create a little tag out of this to go into the pocket. I love the bright color, which adds to the enhancement of that pocket in the back, making it nice and bright. I've cut a strip, folded it in half, and now I'm gluing that together just to make it more sturdy. And then I'm using an existing tag as a template to cut off the corners. I've punched a hole and I'm using my black fine liner pen to go around the edge to give it a bit of detail. You could also add writing to the tag if you prefer. This cute piece of scrapbooking paper that has some beautiful, really abstract kind of flowers will create a cute little note card too. I've cut it down to size and I rounded the corners and I'm going to pop that in the back of my pocket. You really can put anything you want in these pockets. Now I'll give you a little cheat code as to what I sometimes do. I'm going to now obviously decorate the front pocket. And I'm going to use the same layout as I did for the back one. I'm just going to reverse it, and I'm obviously going to use different colors and papers, but I'm going to use the same formula or structure. We know it works in the back, so it'll definitely work in the front. we're just going to change the colors and elements instead of trying to create a whole new layout from the beginning. I have this scrapbook paper and I love this green little wording that says beautiful, and I really wanted to use it in this layout, so I've cut it out, but actually it was not meant to be and I didn't use it in the end, but I wanted to show you it because I think it's really cute and it will feature in one of my future projects because I love it so much. So I tried to fit it in here, but it was just too big and I didn't want to cut it up, so we'll go for something else. Working now again on the structure of my little decoration, I am going through some different colored bits, trying to get everything to coordinate and balance. I thought to try these circles that I created as part of my collage background episode. I really liked the way the circles looked, so I thought I'll try use one of those and see if it works. This one wasn't quite working as well as the one on the back pocket, so I'm trying to change up the colors a little bit to give it that same brightness as the other one. And then in the end, I did go for the X instead of the circle for the focal point. I'm happy with the placement of everything, so I'm going to glue it all down. A small piece of the red scrap paper too on the left, just to create some balance. And then as I did for the other pocket, I'll do the same for this with the edging of the number and the trim on the top of the pocket with the black pen. I'm going to add a ready-made tag inside this pocket. And then I have this double-sided scrapbook paper that'll make a cute little note card. So I'm going to cut a square piece. I'm going to trim off this end, which actually has little hearts on it and is a beautiful color. And I'm actually going to add a small piece at the bottom of my numbers as some additional interest. For the note card, I'm just going to have the square piece of paper, which is double-sided, that I've just used a ruler to tear. I'm going to fold that in half and then pop it into the pocket like that. You would ideally open it and write on the inside. Just neatening off the edges a bit. I'm going to add another darker tag for some contrast. I have this piece of black scrapbook paper. I'm going to glue it together to make it double-sided, and then I'm going to trim it down to size and use my ready-made tag to cut off the corners. For some texture, I'm going to add some fabric to the top of the tag. I have a piece of scrap fabric. I'm just going to cut a strip and sort of a rectangle shape, and then I'm going to attach it to the top of the tag using a staple. Now with my pockets decorated and filled, my first part of my art journal is complete. I really hope you enjoyed this video and were inspired for your art journal. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. I'll see you again soon. Happy creating. Bye.